Hey, what's up guys? ColyWoly here. Today we're back with a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about 10 cards that the new Royal recruits will indirectly buff, and 10 cards that the Royal recruits will indirectly nerf. So I'm going to start with the indirect buffs and then the indirect nerfs. Before we get into the video, I just want to say I'm not going to be doing a face cam because I don't feel like it, and I also need to put pictures there. So for those reasons, I am not doing a face cam today, so sorry about that if you wanted one. But let's get right in this video. First off, we have the Valkyrie. Yeah, she's already very strong, but she's going to become even stronger because she is a hard counter to the Royal recruits. She can pull them into the middle and then 360 with her axe. And yeah, she is very good. Like, very good now. Next on our list, we have 3 Musketeers. Now the reason why I put this one here is a bit different from the others. It's not exactly because 3 Musketeers can easily counter Royal recruits or Royal recruits can't counter them. In fact, Royal recruits are like a hard counter to the 3 Musketeers. So you could say it's an indirect nerf, but I think it's an indirect buff because of the fact that 3 Musketeers synergize very well with the Royal recruits because you can easily split push. And you can just make huge split pushes and pressure both lanes. Okay, next on our list, we have the Bomb Tower. This one might have shocked you, and honestly, I didn't even think about it till later, but Bomb Tower. The reason why I'm putting this one on here is because it's the only building in the game that can take out the Royal recruits. Like seriously, no other building can take them out. They're just too weak. But Bomb Tower is the only strong enough one. You might not see a huge difference in usage, but you'll see at least something probably. Okay, next on our list, the Witch. Now the reason why I put the Witch on here is because 1, she's already strong, and 2, I feel she's pretty decent against them because her skeletons really pull the Royal recruits to where you want them to, so it helps out. And if you just pair it with more skeletons or maybe an ice golem, she can easily take them out and counter push afterwards. And witches are very good for counter pushing because she'll keep spawning skeletons to distract the enemy. Okay, next on the list, we have the Minion Horde. Oh yes, the Minion Horde. The reason why I'm putting this one on here is because you can split the Minion Horde to attack both sides of the Royal recruits. So they're very good for that reason. And if they have them 4 and 2, it's even better because you can just split the 4 side of the Minion Horde to where 4 Royal recruits are, and you can just easily take them out. It's very efficient. Just hope they don't have arrows. But that's another thing about Minion Horde, that they're flying so they won't take damage while doing it. Okay, but next on our list, we have Balloon. Now you might be questioning this one, and I understand you. But the reason why Balloon is on here is because it is an air win condition. And since Royal recruits are ground, you can pretty much take out any other win condition. The Balloon stands out. And that probably means the Balloon will be used a bit more. Or maybe a lot more, I don't know. Depends on how meta these Royal recruits are. And next after the Balloon, Lava Hound. Pretty much the same circumstances as the Balloon. When they're together, they're pretty much the best win condition if they have Royal recruits because that's one less slot for them to have an air counter. So for that reason, Lava Hound is also going to be on the indirect buffs. But after Lava Hound, we have the Dark Prince. Yes, the Dark Prince. He's similar to the Valkyrie, but I think the Valkyrie is a bit better at the Dark Prince, or a bit better than the Dark Prince. Sorry about that. At taking him out, but he's still very good because he can easily charge up, pull him in the middle, and somewhat efficiently take him out. Not as much as a Valkyrie, but I think he's still very strong against him, and I think he'll still be indirectly buffed. Next on our list, Baby Dragon. Yep, this one might have surprised you, and I can understand that, but since it's flying and only 4 elixir, as long as you pull it with like an ice golem or something, you can easily use him to take them out for a pretty good trade. And you also still have a baby dragon. and they can't use spells against him, which is what's nice about him. Like, you could rocket him, but that's 6 elixir. That's a lot of elixir you're spending if you rocket him. Okay, but next on our list, we have the bowler. Oh yes, the bowler. He is great against them. He completely stops them. If you can manage to pull them all, he'll just bowl through, and easily wipe them out. He'll just get strikes all day. Okay, so now that we're done with the 10 cards that the Royal Recruits will indirectly buff, let's go into the 10 cards that the Royal Recruits will indirectly nerf. So first on our list, we have the Elite Barbarians. Oh yeah, Elite Barbarians. Royal Recruits pretty much hard counter these guys, because they can not only counter them, but Elite Barbarians can't really counter them either. So, for that reason, Elite Barbarians are definitely going to be indirectly nerfed. And they're already only used on ladders, so they might still be used a little, but you won't see them much. Probably not. Okay, next on our list, we have the Prince. Oh yeah, unfortunately, his brother is doing quite better than him nowadays, because he is terrible at defending him. He takes like 2 hits per recruit because of the shield, and he also is not very efficient because it's hard to use him to pull. He's just not very reliable, and also the Royal Recruits are quite a good counter to the Prince. Next on the list is the Knight. Now this one's a bit different, just like how the 3 Musketeers worked above, but the reason why I'm putting Knight as an indirect nerf is not exactly because he's bad against the Royal Recruits or the Royal Recruits counter him. In fact, it's both of those, but he's only 3 elixir, so it's not that bad. The reason why I'm saying he's being indirectly nerfed is because the Valkyrie is being indirectly buffed, and she's pretty much overshadowing the Knight. So for that reason, everyone's just going to be using Valkyrie instead, so that means that the Knight won't be used as much. So yeah, for that reason, I think the Knight is going to be indirectly nerfed. Next on the list, we have Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, the P.E.K.K.A, she is just not good against him. She can counter him, but she's going to lose most of her health, and she's 7 elixir. She's even more expensive than the Royal Recruits. As well as the Royal Recruits easily hard counter the P.E.K.K.A and counter push. So yeah, the Royal Recruits are just very good against P.E.K.K.A, and that means she's probably going to be seen less. Oh, and don't forget, the P.E.K.K.A is a girl. So stop saying the P.E.K.K.A is a man, because that's the mini P.E.K.K.A. They're not the same genders. Okay, but jokes aside, let's go to the next one. Inferno Tower. Oh yeah, so Bomb Tower is the one that's being indirectly buffed. And usually when Bomb Tower is indirectly buffed by a new card, that means the Inferno Tower is being indirectly nerfed. Or vice versa, sometimes I guess. But yeah, the Inferno Tower is just awful against them, because it resets every time one of their shields break. So it is very inefficient, quite expensive, 5 elixir. You could just use an Inferno Dragon instead, although they're still not good against it, but he's way better than the Inferno Tower for sure. Next on our list, another building, the Bloody Expo. Yes, the Expo. I'm glad this one's getting an indirect nerf because I am tired of seeing it on ladder. Totally. The Expo is just not reliable against it because they can just keep distracting the Expo from both sides. It's really hard to get it to lock on, and it's also really hard to take them out and defend against them. So it's probably also bad against Mortar, but Mortar's a bit better because 1, it's cheaper, and 2, it does splash damage. So I think Expo is the one that's really getting an indirect nerf in this. Next one, Ice Wizard. Now here's why I think this one's being indirectly nerfed, and it's because it's not doing enough damage. It's very inefficient, and it's just too hard to use an Ice Wizard against him. Even if you support it, it's just not gonna work. Okay, next on our list, we have the Sparky. Now, if she can't take out normal guards, and also Sparky is a girl too, just so you know. If the Sparky cannot take out regular guards, then how is she supposed to take out Royal Recruits? They're just like way beefier guards. So she's going to have a very rough time against them, and she's not reliable. Okay, on to the next one. We have Bandit. Oh yeah, the Bandit. She basically just dashes into the Royal recruits and then just dies. She's not very reliable against them. And since she dashes, it's also really hard to group them together with her, so she's just terrible against them. As well as the Royal recruits can easily take her out and counter push afterwards. So I think Bandit is getting an indirect nerf. And last but not least, actually this could be least, last is Battle Ram. So Battle Ram, I think this one's gonna be nerfed, or indirectly nerfed, sorry, because the Royal recruits, again, they can just easily take out the Battle Ram and then counter push. Just like a lot of other cards, it's just not as viable with Royal recruits taking out everything. So for that reason, Battle Ram is just going to get an indirect nerf. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.